So I'm stuck out in this. I'm stuck out at sea, about half a kilometre out at sea. A kite that's going like this in the air, and I've got a broken rib. It felt like my bone was sticking out of my stomach.
You got an 8.1?
Oh yeah, and that last go.
Yes. Nice flowing surfing speed, showing everyone up. Any words?
Well, the four fins go well, you know.
Do you normally ride four fins?
No, usually run a thruster.
Uh-huh.
And,
So why the change up?
I just spoke with Neil Luke, and
Yeah.
Neil said, I've got a nice board for you to ride. I want you to have a go on a four finner, so I'm having a go and I'm enjoying it. It goes really fast. Sometimes it doesn't do what I want it to do. And other times it does. So anyway.
How did you get into the sport of kneeboarding?
I was a boogie boarder,
Right.
and I used to kneel on the boogie board. I was about 12.
Mm.
And one day I saw a kneeboarder, and he just looked like he was in his own little world at Cronulla Beach. And I don't know, I wanted to be a kneeboarder. So I started looking for kneeboards in surf shops. And
What year was this about?
probably about 1982, I guess, 83.
You were in your early teens?
Okay. And yeah, I used to ride around with my bike, push bike, and the surf shops, and eventually, usually they were too big, but and then I found one. It was about 4'6". It was kind of a half bodyboard, kneeboard. It was a twin fin, and I begged my father to buy it, and he bought it for my birthday and Christmas.
Mm.
And then one of the surf shops gave me this bit of paper, and it said, "Learn how to kneeboard ride." And I rang the number, and it was a member of the Southside Knee Riders. And all of a sudden, I was going in competitions with the local club, and that was the start of the kneeboarding. And it just took off pretty quickly.
Mm.
And then, before I knew it, I was getting asked if I wanted to go up to Queensland for the Rambar contest and the Byron Bay contest.
Mm.
And I went, and so a whole new world was open to me. And that was the start of my learning how to kneeboard ride.
Right.
And I still look at it that way, you know. I think these competitions are great for learning how to kneeboard ride.
It puts you under pressure, yeah. And so you've written all around the world. Well, what sort of areas or countries that really gave you the waves that did it for you the best? What ways are the most memorable?
Gee, you know what? I actually really enjoyed the waves at Durban we had.
Mm.
And that was the start of my big travels, but I got good waves in Indonesia, and my surfing excelled in Indonesia. That was the start of my acceleration in surfing.
Waves specifically in Indonesia.
Uluwatu,
Mm.
Bingen, mainly. Yeah.
So if you were to choose your dream perfect wave, what size and which of those spots would it be?
You know, I probably didn't surf in Indonesia as much as I would like to. You know, 6 foot, 8 foot, if I possibly can.
Mm.
6 foot if I can, you know. And I like that size, and barrels if I can.
Mm.
So, whether I get to spend more time in the future in Indonesia, I would like that. But I also enjoyed Mexico. What Escondido, that really improved my tube riding and powerful wave experience. So
You spent some time in Mexico. How long were you in Mexico?
the first time I went there, I was there for a couple of months. And the second time I was there nearly 6 months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was it mainly surfing, or were you working as well there?
No, I was surfing. Surfing the whole time.
Mm.
Surfing and eating beans and rice,
Yeah.
tortillas.
I'm so looking forward to going to Mexico. Yeah. And what other parts of the world? So Indo, South Africa, renowned Portugal, Mexico, obviously Australia.
You know, I had great waves in Morocco as well.
I believe it's good, eh?
Anchor.
I believe so. How much time did you spend in Morocco? Was it a short trip?
Yeah, I was only there for a week and a half.
Uh-huh.
But I scored. I was pumping the whole time at Anchor Point.
Mm.
I surfed the whole week waves at Anchor Point.
It's a good country too, I believe. I'm really trying to get there.
Oh, I love the food there.
Yes.
The water was warmer than Portugal because that's where I was, and it was cold. But anyway, I headed down to Morocco. Yeah, the food was great.
So you've been in Portugal before?
Yeah.
What's your connection with Portugal?
You know Miguel. Someone actually gave me Miguel's phone number
Mm.
and address about 30 years ago. And I wrote a letter to him saying, can I get him to come to Portugal? And he said, come and stay at my house. And I did. And he took me to Peniche. Left me there for a few weeks. And then took me down to the Algarve, down the bottom. So I had great waves down in the Algarve and Peniche. And then I met up with some friends and we travelled down to Morocco on the train and bus and ferry. And it was,
Old style travel, eh?
yeah.
Board bags and a backpack.
And I'd like to do it again right now, actually.
I think you should. Yeah, so it was special to you, that trip to Morocco.
Yeah, it was. But my best trip ever was in Mexico when I was there for 6 months. It just really made me realise that I was actually a good surfer, and just made me feel good about myself. And I really learnt to ride good waves and consistency because I was there for nearly 6 months, and my surfing improved. But I've also spent time in Phillip Island too, down in Willamai.
Is the wave really good there?
Yeah. Oh, they're challenging. Challenging, but just powerful and once you're on that roll of surfing every day, you can improve a lot.
Eat your food. Don't let me stop you enjoying a good meal there. So you spoke earlier about the challenge that being the world champion, the weight that you felt when you won the title
In America?
Yeah. So how did that influence you? I mean, how did you feel? How did it change you?
I'm not sure. I guess all my life, I probably tried to impress. Always wanted to be a good surfer and better surfer. And all of a sudden, I guess I was rewarded with it all, and I wasn't expecting it. And it felt really good. It felt good that I'd gotten there, and I felt that I felt like I'd done my job actually. Like a lot of people had helped me to get to where I was. I had sponsors and board shapers, and I felt that when I won the contest, I kind of I paid my dues, and I hadn't only done it for myself, but I'd done it for them as well.
You're talking about some people who helped you, and you spoke about Scotty and the board shapers and that. So mention them. Go through how they helped you.
Well, you have shapers, and they give you boards.
They give you inspiration too. They give you stoke. They give you more than just boards.
Yeah, they want to see you get out there ride the board. My Southside Knee Riders Club, that was a big part of my life too. I guess when you're young, you go in the competitions, and then if you win or you get close to winning, you know, and everyone pats you on the back and says, "Oh,
That's good.
pretty good feeling."
Mm.
And then as you go to bigger competitions, you see better surfers, and anyway, I guess a part of me just enjoyed the competition.
Yeah.
And well, and you've got sports sponsors, and just had nice boards to ride. I guess
Sure.
I always wanted to try and do as much as you could to pay back what you were getting given.
You've surfed against obviously the top kneeboarders in the world. If you were to throw some names in the air of guys that you've really respected, riders over the world.
Well, of course, there was Simon Farrer that was just there in front of me the whole time, and you know, I never really wanted to be a better surfer than him, but I always wanted to surf as good as him.
Yeah.
So there was Simon, there was Michael Novikov, there was lots of guys in Sydney.
Yeah.
There was Peter McClure, he was always a charger. Dean Bullivant, there's lots of guys.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm
Steve
sure.
Barn. And then when we came over to South Africa, Gig Celius. Gig's a very impressive surfer. He's, you know, great with barrel, and on his day can be amazing.
You enjoyed your trip to South Africa. Did you go down the Transkei, or what do you call the Wild Coast, on your way down to J Bay and that?
Yeah, we bought a car over there and we travelled down through the Transkei.
You get some waves there?
Yeah, we got some maybe coffee bays.
That's just north of Coffee Bay, Mdumbi, Chani, those spots now?
Victoria Bay.
That's quite a bit south, yeah. Victoria Bay is down the Eastern Cape.
Yeah, no, it's great mountains and great road and great. It was just very interesting.
That was your first big overseas trip?
I'd been to Indonesia a few times, but
Okay.
it was my opener. South Africa, when I spent 4 months there, travelled down all the way down to Cape Town from Durban and back again.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get Cave Rock at all?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, yep. Especially for the competition that we had over there, the World
We
Title.
had that one day there, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
I had some good waves at Cave Rock, and well, mainly for the competition. I think I may have surfed it a few times before the final that day.
Yeah.
And but I was also staying north of Durban.
I remember that, yeah. So you were Palito
Tonga, is it?
Tongat?
Yeah. I was living right near Tonga, so I was able to get there a couple of times near Seabill.
Yes, the curry.
Yeah. Yeah, some friends of mine up there near Seabill took me to Seabill. We had some seafood.
Like
curry.
having now,
Yeah.
spicy prawns.
Yeah.
Please tuck in. What inspired you to go to Mexico? I mean, why Mexico? Was it someone invited you there? Was it?
I just talked with a few guys that had been on big trips, and I asked them where the best waves were, and they said Porto Escondido. So
Yeah.
so that was my destination where I wanted to go, and I got there, and I just loved it. I just really loved it.
You've won the world title what, once or twice?
Twice.
Twice. Tell me about those quickly.
The first was in America, and I think it was 2007, in Santa Cruz, and Steamer Lane. Anyway, everything went well my way, and they gave me the first prize. And then a few years later, I went to New Zealand and won that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was in good waves there too. Down Taranaki way. Yeah, that was a good atmosphere. We're all in a big paddock actually.
I was talking to Murray about it earlier, about the earlier New Zealand events that they've had, and they were telling me about what the drivers of success and failure. It's very interesting to hear. You have a bittersweet memories of Scotty, because he both supported you and he's gone too soon.
Yeah, Scotty gave me a lot of advice as a young person, and gave me mainly good advice. And it helped my life, helped me go forward in certain ways, financially. And I guess on my road, I was trying to find my way, and often people didn't know who I was or where I was coming from, and they wanted to know, and it was just hard for me to explain.
But you say, I mean, now your work and your electrician and that, I mean, that's important to you. It's very important to you. What other things are important to you?
Surfing, actually. I wish I could go on more surfing.
Surfing and travel. Food.
Yeah, I really enjoy. I wish I could go on more surfing trips and improve on my surfing. I think there's more room for improvement. I just need time and good waves, and I just think my surfing could improve.
And that's kite surfing, stand-up surfing, kneeboarding.
Mainly stand-up surfing and kneeboarding. I'd like to get better at kite surfing as well. Yeah, that'd be nice.
So have you got yourself a rig or two?
Yes.
How many?
I have about 5 kites.
Okay.
And I've got about 3 or 4 boards and a foil board.
You said so, foil board.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn how to foil in the surf, but it's not that easy. I can do it with a kite, but just not in the surf. But I'm determined to get there. I want to foil in the waves.
Looks beautiful.
It's like a lot of fun.
So, what got you back to this event? I mean, you haven't been to a number of the world titles now. What was the trigger?
Probably Ken Stapleton.
You say you got to go?
He didn't say I had to go. It's just, I don't know. I know Ken's put so much effort into all this, and I do appreciate it a lot more these days than I did in the earlier days. It's, how much work he's put into everything, and it's, in a way, it's brought us all together, and it's quite a special thing. So I don't know, he told me, I spoke to him earlier in the year, and straight away I just went and booked the ticket. Because I came to Spain about 4 years ago, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the passion of all the kneeboarders. It's like what we had 30 years ago in Australia. It's now.
So I'm just checking everything's running. It's all good. All good.
It feels like it's being reborn here in Europe.
There is something special about this event. Reborn, I sense it. Well, what do you see?
Well, when I came to Spain 4 years ago, the passion, the Spanish people and the Portuguese people, there wasn't that many Portuguese people there, but the Spanish people, for example, I don't know, it was something I wasn't expecting, and it was just a good feeling to know that there's lots of people out there that actually that want to improve with their kneeboarding, and they love it. And these competitions enable these guys to, enables us to all get together, and there's lots of love and passion, and hopefully all these guys are getting the same benefit out of it which I did 35 years ago when I was invited to learn how to surf, kneeboard ride.
Yeah, that was a special moment, I'm sure. We got Brazilians and people from Panama, Reunion.
Yeah, there's a guy from the Caribbean as well.
Yes.
Or a couple guys, actually.
It's exciting, and also the kids. I'm hoping some of them will still be around. We see a kid enter the sport, his dad pressurized him aboard, and then he leaves. I'm hoping some of these will be around to enjoy the journey.
Yeah, well, I mean, kneeboarding's not dead, and there's lots of love and passion. And, anyway, and of course, it'd be nice to see some young guys ripping it up. But that might happen in the future.
I hope so. I hope so. So, in your travels, what spot is inspirational that you haven't been to? Where would you love to, if you had a ticket on the table now, where in the world would you like to go? Where would you like to surf?
I'd like to go to Cloudbreak.
Hawaii.
Cloudbreak in Fiji.
Oh, Fiji. Oh, right. Okay. Well, for Tamarua.
It's not very far from Sydney, Australia, but just haven't been there yet, and I'd like to go there.
That's Cloudbreak with restaurants and that reef setup. Okay, why there?
It looks like a nice place to be.
It does.
I'd like to get a couple of left-hand barrels out there. Yeah, that's about it.
Why has no kneeboarder ever gone to Taipu? And I said, right, no, that's left.
Yeah,
You've never seen a photograph or video of a kneeboarder there,
I've seen a photograph of Baden Smith there.
have you?
Yeah, they're all.
Okay. They're not getting airtime. Tell me about a scary situation you've been in.
I can tell you a kite surfing story. I started kite surfing, and I thought it was time that I learned how to jump in the air because it looks pretty good. I just shouldn't have picked the windiest day of the year to do it. So I'd been looking on YouTube how to do it, and I did what I was told. Well, I nearly did. Instead of having the kite above me, I had it on a 45-degree angle. So instead of going up, I actually think I went on a 45-degree angle where the kite went, and it really took me. And I landed heavy in water on my rib, broke a rib. And that was probably the worst accident I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
So I'm stuck out at sea, about half a kilometre out at sea. A kite that's going like this in the air, and I've got a broken rib. It felt like my bone was sticking out of my stomach. And luckily the kite was still in the air. I got on my board and I went back to shore. The kite's going like this. And anyway, I eventually got the kite down, crashed the kite into the bushes, and I was actually supposed to be working at this guy's house, and I've gone around there in my wetsuit. He's all excited because I'm about to do some work, but I said, "Can you help me get out of my wetsuit?" And he had to take me to hospital. Anyway, for the next few months, it was a lot of pain. But anyway, I'm glad that's over.
And your work, what is it about your work that you makes you so passionate about it?
Being an electrician, the money's always been good, so I enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy just doing a good job, trying to do a good job for people that I work for. And if their power's out, you know, it feels good when I get their power back on. If something's broken and I fix it, it feels some good feel.
What other things motivate you? What other things excite you? We've spoken about travel, we've spoken about surfing, different style surfing, work.
Keeping fit, sunrises and sunsets,
Yeah.
nice food.
So what do you do to keep fit?
My work keeps me very busy.
Mm.
But just recently, in the last few years, I've gotten into stretching a lot. So I think, and that's made me feel much better. Actually, stretching and work mainly, and then surfing.
Mm.
So, and just trying to eat well. That's about it. Not drink too much. Yeah, I always say that I do a lot of ladder work. You know? So up and down ladders a lot. The job, looking at light things. Yeah.
So what are you doing after this trip? I mean, this trip ends on Sunday, they announce winners, rah-rah, and everyone leaves. What are you doing next?
Going back home to Sydney, Australia, and get back into my work again. And yeah, just continuing getting up early in the morning, stretching, hopefully some surfing, and
You got any other big trips planned or dreaming? Or even on the...
no, not at the moment.
Okay.
Nothing at home.
The business is good in Australia at the moment. My understanding, the economy is good. Certainly the mining industry is good.
Yeah, there's plenty of work in Australia. I think there's not enough tradesmen actually.
Certainly, I work with Australian tradesmen in Mali, Northwest Africa.
Yeah.
I know they're all saying, why am I here? I can earn as much back in Australia. I'm not going to live with this shit.
Yeah, I think there's a shortage of tradesmen in Australia, and there's just lots of work. And you know, with my business, I'm always busy. If I'm not busy for an hour, I start to feel a bit guilty sometimes for some reason. But anyway, my work always keeps me busy.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you want to say? It's like in your mind.
There is just one thing, probably. I guess just not that I want to talk about the direction of where Kneeboard is going. It's maybe just something I wouldn't mind suggesting. I think it'd be good to see competitions every now and then which had big prize money for the winners. Maybe for women as well, maybe $50,000, I don't know, first prize.
That'll be sweet.
For the men and the women, I don't know. That's all I can think of. I just think
it'd
be nice to have I don't know the location, but it'd be great to have it in a good location. Whether it's J Bay or G Land or wherever, you know.
Or Mexico.
Mexico. Yeah. That's my. That's just something I want to say.
Thank you. So,
My question.
Gavin is he's unbeatable. Yeah. After I saw him in Spain on the previous Worlds, it just was on like another planet, another level. Like we are here, it was just even everyone is here. It was just on another level, on the quarters and semi-finals, and it just he didn't get the waves on the final. That's why he didn't get the win. But he's my main contender if he gets big.
thank you very much.
Well done, mate. I know it's not open, but you did bloody well.
Thanks.
How did your waves go?
Well, it's good. I was lucky to get a few out the back. I didn't know it was going to happen at first, but I guess it got me out of the line. And then I come in inside for a few. I think the best waves were out the back there.
They were. You had speed, you covered a lot of ground, you had some power, you had some good moves. Well done. Congratulations on a world title. I know you got the bigger ones, but well done.
Thanks, Lawrence.
4, 3, 2